Hey, everybody, I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report in Los Angeles, and I'm so excited to welcome Sadie Dahl from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Sadie, how are you doing today?
I am doing so good. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, and I'm
Awesome.
thrilled to have you on the show and get to congratulate you on your four-chair turn blind audition of Black Pumas Colors.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This whole experience has been so crazy, and I'm excited to be here and kind of talk about it a little bit with you.
Absolutely. Well, Niall turned first for you, and then he blocked Michael with Reba and Snoop quickly following as your mom and your grandma looked on. Then you got a standing ovation. How did the reality of all that compare to what you might have imagined?
Oh my gosh. Going into this whole process, I've just been hoping for the best. And in my brain, the best was just one chair turn. And so literally like walking onto that stage, I like said a little prayer before, like, Heavenly Father, just help me to go up there, sing my best. And if I get a chair turn, please, like I would absolutely be thrilled. And sure enough, Niall, he turned right out the gate. Like I sang one line, he turned immediately. And like you said, they just continued to turn, and that moment was just absolutely surreal. Like I can't even explain it, but it even got to a point where one of the lyrics in the song is, "It's a good day to be a good day for me." And at that point, when I was singing those lyrics, all four were facing me, and it was just, yeah, I was on top of the world basically. So.
Well, with all the coaches really wanting you, and Niall was visibly like going crazy, and then Snoop saying he heard pop, soul, and R&B in your voice. Was that the tipping point for your decision to go with the dog?
You know, it's so crazy because going into the audition, I had people were like, "What, like, who did you want the most?" And I tried to come up with lists, and every time things would switch, and all of them are such icons. But yeah, when what made it for me was when Snoop said, "Sadie, dare to be different because that's what you do, and that's what you're best at." And that kind of just really struck me to my core, and I really felt that. And when it came down to it and I'm standing there and everybody's silent waiting for me to choose, it was one of the hardest decisions I had to make, but ultimately my gut was telling me to go with Snoop. And so that's what I ended up doing, and yeah, it's been a whirlwind from there.
You know, Sadie, this is the first time I've heard this on this season, but Reba said you could win. And then Snoop, in his after interview, also said that. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh. When Reba said those words, I was stunned, and I don't know, like I turned and I pointed to my grandma and my mom, and I was just like, it's been insane. I've watched my audition so many times just to hear her say that over and over. And then also Snoop, I didn't hear him say that in real time, but at my watch party watching it, it was, I'm still stunned. Like I just cannot believe that they both said that. Like, yeah, it's incredible, and I'm excited to see where the show goes after this. If they believe in me, they seem to believe in me a little more than I do even myself. So we'll see kind of how it goes.
Well, that shows so much confidence in you. Again, they don't make those statements lightly. You know, I have heard them make them to other artists, but this is the first time this season, and to have two coaches say that, including your incredible coach Snoop. But I want to hear more about your musical background and performing history.
Yes. So I love talking about this because I feel like a lot of contestants that I met out on The Voice, and just a lot of times when you hear people talking, you'll hear them say, "Oh, I've been singing since I came out the womb or since the age of 3." But really, my story is a little different. And my introduction to music was also from a young age, but I began being trained classically on the violin from the age of 4 and on. And so that's kind of where my first love for music stemmed from. And so, all as a little girl growing up, my dream was to play violin in the symphony. So I've always loved music. And yeah, my first love for music was more in classical genre. And then growing a little older, I started to kind of listen to all the greats in jazz. So like Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, some Michael Bublé in there, all of the greats. And then kind of around age 10 or 11, I kind of discovered, wait, I think I kind of like to sing a little bit, but I wouldn't tell anybody about it. I heard Tori Kelly sing for the first time. She is one of my vocal idols for sure. And I remember hearing her singing, and her thing is riffing. And I think I found it so impressive as a young musician, her vocal agility. And so I listened to her music nonstop and fell in love with her music and started to kind of replicate it, and slowly but surely, without even realizing it, kind of taught myself to sing. I won Draper Idol, so I represented my city in 2023, and then in 2024 I won Sing Utah, which is another local singing competition. And so, kind of all of that collectively, putting myself out there and getting such positive feedback and response, it's just kind of gave me the confidence to continue to put myself out there. And so that also included auditioning, sending in a video audition for The Voice literally a year ago. I got a year ago memory just a couple days ago, and it was my very first Zoom call for season 28. And it was just a full circle moment, being able to think that, wow, like Sadie a year ago had no idea that this all kind of stuck, and that I'd make it on the show and get to audition, and let alone get a four-chair turn. Like, I'm still trying to convince myself that this is real.
I want to hear what you've learned so far from Snoop and what you expect to learn moving forward under his tutelage.
Oh my gosh, yes. Um, from the beginning, Snoop very clearly had an appreciation for my style and how my sound. He talked about how he's like, you can hear different ranges of soulful and pop and everything. And so so far working with Snoop has been awesome because he's really taught me to just really tap into the uniqueness of my style and my voice. And yeah, I mean, he's just an icon in general. And talk about putting your like his reach so far industry to industry is just absolutely amazing. So I've been learning so much from Snoop, and yeah, he's awesome. He's hilarious too.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch you two together, and I can't wait till your next performance. And I want to thank you so much for taking time out to be with me on Hillary's Happy Hour. And I want to close it out by lifting a toast to you and
Yes,
your continued success on The Voice.
I love it. I've got my Coke here. I'm a Coke girly. So thank you so much for having me on the call, Hillary. You've been amazing, and I'm excited to have been able to share this with you today.
Oh, thank you so much. Cheers to you.
Cheers, cheers.